Hey, come on in. Come on in. Come on, Alfie. Good boy. Good stay.
Hi.
How are you guys?
All right.
I'm good. How are you?
Back to books.
Do you want to explain what taking in a lot is for them?
Sure. So, all right. So customers like this gentleman will bring me books, and I'll go through them just to see if they have anything of value. I like to be up front and tell people exactly what they're worth retail, because we have a... Would you grab me the Overstreet, please? It's in the second drawer down. Every year they print an Overstreet price guide, which is this. It's kind of like the Beckett guide or your blue book that tells you what comic books are, worth book price. You'll find prices all over the internet for, varying price, really high, really low, in the middle, and it confuses people because they don't know like what to look for. So I like to use a happy medium between the Overstreet comic price guide and a couple websites that give you like trending values, what people are willing to pay for them, because it's only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it, right? So you do like a middle ground. When I tell people what they're worth, this is what you use. I do let people know up front that you can make more money selling it online because you're selling it to private, collectors more often than not, plus shipping and all that kind of stuff. So that's always the first thing I say is, yeah, you can make more online if you can find somebody that'll pay for it. Do that. But this is what I can do. But yeah, I'll be looking. So he brought a couple of, runs House of M. He's got some newer sensationals and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Mans from the past 20 years or so. Some of the low 540s. These are the Back in Black run where Spider-Man was regularly running around with the black suit. He's got some New Avengers by Brian Michael Bendis. David Finch art. Pretty cool. Nothing that I would pay bunkus for, but stuff that I think I can use. So let's put all the M's together. There's Toxin, son of Carnage, right there. That's worth a little bit, just because symbiotes are super hot. Let's see, Marvel Knight Spider-Man. They're about 4 or 5 retail a piece. There's some newer Venom. There's Peach Momoko. I just mentioned her. She's just started, last year? Last year.
About 3 years that she's been doing work consistently.
Okay, she's been popping up everywhere. Love Peach Momoko. Love the artwork. I just want that because it's Momoko. Let's see. Venom. That's all in the King in Black run. That's the God of the Symbiotes, Null. Fighting Thor there, one-on-one. Ryan Stegman artwork. Great job. Good stuff. Let's see. And then Marvel Tales are old reprints. It's a little bit older. This is from 78. But it's a reprint of an old Amazing Spider-Man issue. So there's not a ton of value in them, but it gives you like an affordable way to get some of the old Amazing Spider-Mans because they're really valuable, just because that's where, that's where all the collector value is. And in ASMs, as we call them, are Amazing Spider-Man. This one's got some value. These Venom covers, this Eric Larson on the front. Venom is, of course, one of the symbiotes, first one you really hear about, so it's super popular. And it's amazing. So it's another one of those, Amazing Spider-Man books that you look for. This will probably fetch about $15 or $20 retail in the condition that it's in. So very interested in these, and these would be mostly bulk. So if I was going to price this lot, I'd put it around... These alone will be about 50. Probably you could get 50 out of them by themselves. 5 for this one, 20, 25 each for these. So 50, 55 there, and then the rest more like... roughly we're looking at like 25, 30 books. So this would be retail 100, 120. So if I was going to buy the entire lot, retailing at around 200, I'd offer $60, $75 and see if they feel comfortable with that. And if not, they're welcome to like take them, somewhere else, no hard feelings, or sell them online, make more money that way. People can see, like, this will be good and informative for people too, because they can know what to bring comic stores or what they might have that has value, because when I grew up, I didn't know that I didn't know that was going to be valuable, but it is now, so like, if you grew up in the 90s, look at your Amazing Spider-Mans and your Spawns, they might be worth some money. Look at your your Batman, like in your Detective Comics, year 1 and year 3 and all that stuff. A lot of cool keys in those. Lots of Jim Lee art. Lots of books that comic book stores might be looking for. But generally, you're looking older. You want to go like 60s and 70s. That's where you get the real key issues. That's where the big money is. We're looking at the lot itself here is worth about 125, 150 retail.
Okay.
These are your 3 big ones. Number 1, Toxin, Son of Carnage. The nice Eric Larson Venom cover, and just Peach Momoko being at number 1, right? So I'm usually offering around like 30% retail on the trade. So I think, you said round out at 80, right? Instead of 75? Yeah. So we're going to do 80. Does that work for you?
Yeah, cool.
All right. So let's do a receipt on that. Right here.
Well, here's
You'll give the yellow copy. I don't have anything that I would white glove per se, because most of what I have is either graded or already bagged and boarded. So the reason, if you don't know, the reason you bag and board comic books, if you're new to it, is to keep the elements, dust, finger oil, pets, whatever you want to not happen to your comic book. You put it in a plastic sleeve. So something like this, right? It's just a piece of acid-free cardboard and polyurethane, just plastic, and they go together, right? So you just put them, like when you get the cardboard and plastic separate, you put them in, then you put your comic book down in it. It protects it, right? So there's that. All right, let's go over some older ones. Now they'll come and go all the time. But some of these I've had for a good while. Let's go from the left down. All right. So what we have are called raw books, right? So Adam Warlock, he just popped up in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, yeah? So this isn't Adam Warlock's first appearance, but is the first appearance of his alter ego Magus. There's Magus's face right there. This is a Jim Starlin cover. Jim Starlin, along with Ron Lim and George Perez, are the ones who gave us Infinity Gauntlet. And Adam Warlock is the golden boy here on the front. You might recognize, he looks a little different in the movies, but this is him. It's valued right now at $450 for Strange Tales 178. I'm very flexible on the price. I admittedly put it high because I knew he was going to be hype, but I'm easy to work with. Most of the books in here I'm pretty flexible on. No big deal. Then we got Blue Beetle. This is Captain Atom number 83. This is the first appearance of the Silver Age Blue Beetle. That's Ted Cord. The one before him was Dan Garrett in the 50s. Before he had the alien technology and the spaceship, he used to fly a helicopter and wear a jumpsuit with goggles, right? So this is Ted Cord, the one after. So since Blue Beetle just got a movie, this book's a little bit higher. I've got this one marked at $500. And I think that's pretty fair. It's in decent shape. It's not mint, but it's nice. It's pretty nice.
Yep. Why?
ROM number 1. We've got, let's do some more big ones. This is Daredevil number 7. This is the first fight with Submariner and also the first appearance of the red suit. He started off with a black and yellow suit with a single D on it. And then I think in number 5, they changed it to maybe 6. They put a second D. Pull a couple of these out too. Why not? Here. Let's roll out the...
You got him started. This is your...
Oh, it's over now. Yeah.
Hey, this is awesome, man.
Oh, okay.
This is what it's about. Oh, that's the...
All right.
But yeah, that's a coup de grace. We call that the at the end situation.
We'll get that one.
Coup de grace. Yeah. I was on the right track.
All right, let's put a couple more of these up here. Okay. That's
He's one of my favorites.
X-Last.
He's one of my babies.
I just She-Hulk out here.
And Xavier.
Beta Ray Bill, which I hope we see in films pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
They put Beta Ray's face, if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, he is on, in the Contest of Champions, he's on the facade. This is the space goat head that you see on the facade of the building where the Hulk stays. This is Beta Ray Bill. They haven't put him in anything yet, but he is
Thanks, man.
A different
Have you heard about
Galaxy's Thor, basically.
Then your friends.
He's just Thor, but looks a little different.
Boy, dog, yeah.
DC some love. Here we go. That's the first origin of the Justice League. That's Justice League number 9. It's a pretty famous cover. Knights at the Dinner Table actually did a spoof of this, which Knights is like, it's a comic serial about some 30, 40-something guys that have been playing D&D since high school, right? and it's like their adventures in D&D. They have a D20 here instead of a space rock, which I think makes more sense. A D20 would turn you into trees before a space rock would, you know. But that's where they get the image right there from the 60s.
And his 2 kids made that for a doctorate.
Oh, we got.
They went to.
Oh, here you go. So, Werewolf by Night, which is a movie on Disney Plus now. This is Moon Knight's first appearance.
And you can get inside.
Werewolf by Night 32. Even in a 3.0, it's worth about $1,000 graded.
And the child
is
now being, in his mid-30s.
But that's him. That's
Like,
Moon
I
Knight.
have to have space in my garage, but I can't make myself break it. So he brought it.
She-Hulk number 1. This is Origin and first appearance. Savage She-Hulk number 1. There's also a Sensational that came out in the 80s, but this is the one that predates. This is a bit older and more valuable than most of the Sensationals. We got First Carnage here. Amazing Spider-Man 361. That's where we get Carnage. There he is. We got Fantastic Four number 51. It's one issue before Black Panther. Jack Kirby art on the front and inside. Classic story.
I get it.
Ben Grimm conflicted between staying a hero or becoming,
I don't like that feeling.
you know, that kid from Yancey Street all over again, getting to be himself again. We got, all right, so first Red Suit Daredevil.
Feeling.
And Battle with... This is why you don't mess with Matt Murdock, all right? In this issue, he fights Submariner. In Submariner, and this was a couple of years before they started making Hulk's anger scale with his strength. So he was going toe-to-toe every other issue in Tales to Astonish with the Hulk. And Matt Murdock, this blind guy, steps up to the first mutant and says, "Everybody else sit down, I got it." This is why you don't mess with Matt Murdock. We got the entire run of Infinity Gauntlet. It's my favorite comic book cover of all time. I have a t-shirt with this on it. This is George Perez, who sadly isn't with us anymore. We lost a lot of Titans. We lost Neil Adams. We lost George Perez. We lost Tim Sale. We've lost a lot of them, man. We lost Herb Trimpe a few years ago, like one of the big Hulk artists. But yeah, wonderful story. Where they get the original material for the Infinity War and Endgame series right here, with some embellishments and changes, of course, to make it fit the MCU. But this is it right here.
That's what I mean.
All 6 issues.
Color is exclusively.
A lot of different stuff, a lot of it.
Okay. If you want to go ahead and bring the comics in, I'll get his name, Jonathan Booth. I'll get his name up for you so you can know. Posters are harder. Even the movie marquees are tough. You're going to want to get those framed. You're going to want to get those framed and sell them online. That's going to be the easiest way to do it, because you can make more selling them to private collectors than you can a shop. They'll need to take
That's a real big deal, but I was now
Okay.
I'm trying to look somewhere.
You could go to there's a framing shop called Robbins on Rhone. That's like toward, you know where they're at. You know, we're downtown across from Everett's Bar. Try them and see if they know of anything that would be of value that you have, and then they can advise you on whether or not you should frame them and sell them. But yeah, bring the comics and I'll take a look for you. Yeah. So we got, this is the first full Gambit. There is a brief Gambit in X-Men Annual number 14 from the 90s, or 80s, pardon me. This is the first full Gambit. So he doesn't rock the tiger stripes anymore, but it's the same outfit that you're familiar with Gambit. There he is in the corner box. On the front, full-length Gambit book. That one I don't have a price on yet, but with a Kubert cover as nice and crisp as that one is, with very little spine roll. When we say spine roll, this black line border right here, as soon as it starts to where you can see kind of the back on the front, that's how it rolls, right? So that'll knock some value off just a little bit, along with these spine breaks. Looks real nice, though. Good book. That's a good book. It's Fred Hembeck doing the artwork there. That one's not super valuable. I just like showing off Fred Hembeck's art because it's cute. Web of Spider-Man number 1. That's Charles Vess on the front. He might know him from Stardust, the motion picture. He did the original artwork. He also did some web. He's done a lot of Marvel work. He's done Thor, Spider-Man. He did Transformers, which he doesn't like to talk about. But he did do Transformers. Can't say enough good things about Charles Vess. Really good guy. He will be at RobCon this year, so if you have anything by Charles Vess that you want signed, bring it to RobCon this year. September 2nd and 3rd. He'll be there. One of the few Batmans that Todd McFarlane worked on. This is probably the most famous Todd McFarlane Batman on the front. There he signed his name right there in the bat signal. Number 423. That's a good one. That's got some value. A few $100s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally has Reign of Superman.
Okay. We have Death in the Family. These are 90s. It's not that they don't have value, it's that they're super common.
Yeah, unfortunately, we had them all.
Very common. So you're looking at, these are what we call dollar books. So these would retail for like $3. They'd be in a dollar bin. So if you want to sell these, I can't really do much with them. But since you only have 30 or 40, I'd be happy to take them off your hands for, say, like $10. If you want to do something like that.
And if you'd rather keep them,
Hang on to them for sure. Yeah. The most.
You have some extra blank bags and boards in there. They come separately.
Oh, you're gonna keep them. I got plenty. Appreciate it.
That's a Western Crockett Hall.
Yeah, if you're buying any more comics, just stick them down in there. That's what they're for, is to sleeve them.
Check.
I just kind of got these in a trade, and I don't really like them.
Mr. K's does comic, also Legacy comic on North.
On that, so some of the graded ones. Now, you can do newer books. This one is 125, so this came out a few months ago. So the newer stuff, you can buy comic books new like you would here in the shop, but you can also buy graded ones like this because they're important to some people to have them graded. 9.8 is about as high as you can get grading wise. For grading, they go anywhere, like 9.2 is listed in the guide as near mint, but they go up to 9.8. 10.0 is something that you only see in sports cards. That's like a unicorn. They don't exist. As soon as they come off the printing press, they usually are damaged unless you like put them in a hermetically sealed bag and take them and grade them immediately. Even then, something's going to happen to them, right? So 9.8 is like the gold standard high for comic books. That's the best you can get. So 9.8 graded, it's certified by CGC. They've stamped it. You can scan this barcode on their website, check the grading notes. That way you know like why it's a 9.8, that kind of thing. But we can get them new just like that. They usually run about $79.99 when you get them graded like that. Unless they hit hard, and then if they're popular. How's it going, man?
All right, thanks, man. Sorry.
Let's see. There's Something's Killing the Children, right? This is a new breakout title that just hit really hot. They're talking about optioning it as a television series, so there's something there. Jenny Frison art on the front, very nice. Got a good shot. Yep, cool. All right. There's Vengeance of Bane, or Bane #1. This is a lenticular cover. It's a Batman book. They did like a decimal series, like 23.123, blah, blah, blah. So it's a Batman book, but the lenticular image moves a little bit. And Bane's popular, so we got one of those. This one is one of her grails. This is Justice League of America #10.
You looked over here like, let me get...
Yeah, this one right here.
Baby.
This one is signed by the cast of Justice League. It has Henry Cavill. It's got Ezra Miller. It has Jason Momoa. The only person it doesn't have is Ben Affleck because he wasn't at this particular signing.
Because comic book people are mean to him.
That's right. Ben Affleck, I want to go on record. Ben Affleck did an amazing job as Batman. And I did not give him credit that I should have because I knew him from like Chasing Amy and other things. I expected him to be a comedic actor. He has a lot of chops, man. Like he took Frank Miller's Batman and really brought that to life. He's very passionate about comic books, and I think everybody needs to like look at Ben Affleck as an excellent Batman. He did an amazing job. And he also did a great job in The Accountant, which has all kinds of different Easter eggs for DC comic fans that you might recognize. But great job. I wish he'd signed this too. I'd love to have his signature too. But that's why this one's so special, is because it's signed by the entire cast of the movie. Very nice. And they gave it a yellow label at CGC, which is signature. So when they give you a yellow label, they have verified that these signatures are legitimate and these people actually touched this book. So very cool book. Very cool. We're very proud of this one. We got this Batman is from the early 60s. Still cost 10 cents. In the early 60s, before 62, they cost 10 cents. They switched over to 12, like 62, 63, going up a little bit there. But this is an older Batman issue. It's wonderful. This is Sheldon Moldoff, I think, and Charles Paris did the art in these. They're some of the OG Batman artists. Very, very cool. This is where we get Adam West Batman, like the campy, some days you can't get rid of a black bomb, we're going to fight aliens from outer space type of thing. This Batman right here, the old school stuff. See, like he's using some kind of projection device that like captures people in a moment in time. You know what I mean? Neat stuff like that. done by a different company. It's CBCS grade certified. So there's a bunch of grading companies out there. If you're looking for ones to go for, CGC and CBCS are both excellent options. There's a lot of options, but they're who we primarily use. Let's see what else we got in here. There's another Batman. This one's number 76. This one's much older. This one is from 1953. So this would be a Golden Age Batman. Graded 5.0, which isn't bad for something that's literally 70 years old this year. Didn't hold up pretty well. Didn't hold up bad. Back when Batman and Robin's worst enemies were mobsters, you know what I mean, before they really kicked off with everybody. But yeah, that's some of the graded ones. Okay, one more I want to show you. This one's real special. And then we can get back to work. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I'm having a great time. Okay, this one was the greatest superhero team-up of all time. Battle of the Century. Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man. All right. This one is signed and numbered by Stan the Man Lee. There's his signature and pen there. There's the number. This was 440 of 2000 that they did. And inside we have, before they did official, like, your standard certifications, they did a old school typewriter one. Says, Superhero Enterprises, dear collector, we are very sorry to advise you that Carmine Infantino is no longer associated with DC, blah, blah, blah. Rather than disappoint you and not send your signed and numbered copy of Superman vs. the Amazing Spider-Man, Stan the Man Lee has graciously agreed to continue signing and numbering only 2,000 copies of the greatest superhero team-up of all time. That's this one. Enclosed is your signed and numbered copy. Treasure it, for it is truly one of a kind. So, Superhero Enterprises certified Stan Lee signature, typewritten, right here. Very, very
Back
cool.
when COAs were done on typewriters.
Back when certificates of authenticity were not printed, they were actually typed out by the offices at Marvel and DC. So, that's one of our gems. Love that book. Very proud of that one.
Man, that is awesome, man.
Cool, right?
That is awesome, man.
We didn't do giant size, did we?
Yeah, I seen that one, like, particularly online, far as one of the Holy Grails people look for. So
This is a big
It's a
book.
rare one.
yeah,
This is, if you're going to collect X-Men, X-Men number 1 is, of course, the big one because it's Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, first appearance of Magneto, Professor X, and Angel, Beast, Jean Grey, Iceman, and Cyclops, right? So that's X-Men number 1. This is Giant Size number 1, Giant Size X-Men number 1, or GSX1, as we call it. This is the first appearance of the
bring it closer to this,
sure.
yeah, not
First
too
appearance of Colossus, Nightcrawler, Storm. It's the second full appearance of Wolverine after Incredible Hulk 181, again done by Herb Trimpe. This is the second Wolverine. This is also the first appearance of Krakoa, the island that walks, which is the mountain of vegetation, basically, where the X-Men get the genome that makes them mutate. So this is that. This is the big book where it all started. 5.0, graded at price at $5,000. Graded by CBCS. They did an excellent job. I handed this to them myself with Robert over in Bristol at RobCon last year. It's a good one. That's a big one. Probably the most valuable one we have in the shop. $1975.
awesome, man.
Yeah. There's my shiny one.
Holy Grail, yeah.
Yep.
Something I never really understood. You know what I mean? But it's not like
Yeah, sure. All right. So, comic books. People are passionate about comic books because we don't have a lot of heroes. You know what I mean? So, like, comic books give people inclusion. They give people a place to belong.
Yeah, that's
They give people escapism, something to believe in. That's why Superman's symbol is hope. That's why Spider-Man's really, yeah, hope. It's like a river. It winds
oh, I do have
from the meaning, right? Yeah.
that you might be interested in, probably for sure. A 1978 Christopher Reeve Superman card.
The trading cards I still can't do a lot with.
When you said Superman, it just dawned on me.
Yeah, no problem. They're investable too. These comic books have been around in America since like the 1800s, right, for Victorian age. But they started really hitting home in 1938 with Action Comics #1, Superman, right? So now, since that, they're a household name. Movies, TV, they're on everything, you know?
Is there anything he's up?
There's his name in his email.
Yes, there's plenty I know.
You're super smart. Thank you. I can tell.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
If you guys need something about sports and chronic tape, I think that's not just like you did.
Yes, ma'am, everybody's got a niche, right?
Oh, yeah, that was definitely mine.
Yes,
You've been very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You.
These three. And how do I roll the dice thing?
If you spend $20 or more, you get a free one, or you can pay $2 and roll the dice. Everything on the wall is worth at least $2.
Sweet, so I'll probably do that. Sweet, yeah, man. So I'm gonna you just show them. So I'm gonna be a world. Oh yeah. And one more time with the Flash 800, man. Like,
Oh, sure. They did a milestone issue. So like in the legacy numbers, like as far as the run's been going, we're up to issue number 800. So we're going for that long. So that's the 1:25 ratio variant for Flash number 800.
this one up too.
All right, brother.
Yeah, so these ones I'm gonna get today. And yeah, I definitely want to check out that roll there, man.
Sure. We'll add a roll. All right, 9 on that one. Tell you what, that one's got some subscription creases to it. It's worth every dollar of 9, but I'm gonna charge you 5 since you spent some time with us today. You know,
Appreciate you, man.
yeah, absolutely. At least I could do. You're spreading the brand, you know. All right, 25 on the 1 in 25.
Cool.
And then that'll get you a roll all by itself. You've already paid 20, so you get a free one.
All right, there we go.
37.13.
Cool.
Chip it right here.
Chip it. Get that roll.
The original dice roll box. There you go.
This is fun right here, man. That's cool.
Best. There you go. You can let the tower do the work, or you can toss it in old school style.
So what you think is the best situation though? Like
You want all 1s or all 6s? I got some pretty good ones up there right now. I got Sandman from the Vertigo days of DC,
Which is my favorite.
old 60s Teen Titans. So you want to go for as Yahtzee as possible. All 1s or all 6s.
all ones, all sixes. So, all right, man.
Let's see.
Come on. So what I'm gonna do? I'm putting you want to put in here or here? What do you think? Tower.
Tower. Okay.
Close. It's close. Well, I got 2. No,
We got 13.
13. That's cool.
13.
You give that boy 24. It's Sandman.
Lucky number 13, I guess, man.
All right. That's right. Yeah.
Have you ever read Sandman?
I haven't read Sandman.
Then you need to give him 13 and 24.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sandman is
The first one there.
Sandman's mine. It's mine. That's why I own a comic book store.
Okay. The tattoos, most of the tattoos that she had were Sandman. That's Morpheus from the Netflix show.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him. Dream. That's Death. You go ahead. These are your tattoos.
And then that's
They're awesome too. I got my own situation, but not as beautiful, colorful as
this
you.
is comics too. This is from a book called Saga. This lower part is as well.
Looks like my man Varys a little bit. You know Dragon Ball a little.
Oh, cool.
Beerus, the god of destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sandman's amazing. You need to read it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's a fundamental.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We gotta do Sandman. So Doll's House. This is if you get the trade paperback. So Sandman. This is part 2. And then this is the one you won. The Unseen Hand, right? So this is yours, and this is a gift from us.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it.
There you go.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, fun.
Hey, man, it's been a blast, man. For real. Like, I mean, I want to hang out with you, man. Like, yeah, you're that cool, dude. Like, that cool, man.
Appreciate it.
You're bored.
Hey, man, just to stop by and say what up, man. Y'all are cool people.
We're closed Sunday, Monday, any other day of the week. Please
We're here.
come by.
Made my day, man. This is beautiful people, awesome shop, great stuff y'all doing here. So really appreciate you.
You too. Made my day too.
You guys have been awesome. If there's anything you need help with in the future, holler at me.
Wouldn't.
If you need pieces or places to film, one of the upsides to doing a convention is I know a little bit of everybody everywhere, especially in the tri-state.
She did not lie.
So if you wanted to start doing, I know they're doing trivia at Mulligan Gaming Pub.
Oh.
If you maybe want to do something along that, they do a lot of games.
Okay, good.
Tabletop.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, like I said, I appreciate, glad that I met y'all, and we're going to keep in contact. Looking forward to seeing y'all in September as well. So, man, awesome. Keep doing what y'all doing. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Sounds good.
Y'all take care, man.
Bye, buddy.
So, just had an awesome experience at Mountain Empire Comics, man. Awesome people, awesome atmosphere, great situation, great setup, man. Awesome comics all the way around, man. So if you're ever in the Johnson, Tennessee area, man, come look them up. They're awesome, man. I can't say much, man. I can't say that enough. They're, man, it was just like I knew them, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they're great people. So make sure you check them out. Make sure you check their social media out. And they got a lot of great comics in here. If you're looking for comics, this is the place to go. But we're out. Hack the Gamer signing off. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Got some great stuff coming up. Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification bell if you like this content. Until next time, peace.
As our awe-inspiring journey draws to a close, we stand in awe of the sheer magnificence that envelops Mountain Empire Comics. Within the hallowed halls, we encountered an extraordinary tribe of individuals whose zeal for comic books, gaming, and vibrant tapestry of nerd culture mirrored our own favor. The mere sight of holy grails, the legendary artifacts that enthusiasts around the world only dare to dream of possessing, left us speechless with wonder. We count ourselves among the blessed few who have unveiled the secrets of this hidden gem nestled deep within the beating heart of Johnson City, Tennessee. Another great example of the magic of both gaming and comic books intertwining to create an inevitable experience that transcends the boundaries of mere entertainment, leaving an undeniable impression and legacy that spans over a lifetime.